You are going to need greenery, yarn, floral wire, some snips, a sewing circle, letters to spell whatever word you want, and hot glue. Tie a knot around the sewing circle with the yarn that you want to use for the middle portion of your wreath and just loop it around a bunch of times randomly. Once you're happy with how much you've wrapped it, you're going to grab your greenery and take a little piece of floral wire and just tie it directly onto the circle where you want the greenery to sit. I actually ended up using hot glue for the tip of my greenery, that way you didn't see the floral wire so much. And also, I don't really care if I get hot glue on this and I rip the greenery off because I'm just going to upcycle and redo it each year with new greens. So it's totally up to you guys, but you can add more greenery or leave it as is. It's really just the kind of vibe you want. I went for a more minimalistic. The next thing that I did was lay my letters out across the circle so I knew that they fit how I would like them to, and then I just hot glued them where they touch the yarn. You know your girl's super into detail, so I had to add that little dot above the J. It just turned out so cute. You are going to need tape, old glass or lucite, like plastic from an old frame, a sign that you're going to flip backwards, paint, and paintbrushes. So when I found some fonts that I liked, I decided to put it in Pages and flip the photo. There's literally a little option to flip it, like mirror it. That way I can paint on the back of the glass versus the front. It looks much cleaner. Once you printed that out, go ahead and place the glass or the lucite or plastic, whatever it is, on top of that paper and tape each side down. Now you're going to grab a correct size paintbrush. If you have a thicker image, obviously a bigger paintbrush is going to be needed, but I needed a thin one and I just painted directly onto that glass. I let it dry overnight to make sure it was like good to go in the morning, and then once it was, I just took off that piece of paper and flipped it around and voila. Instead of putting it back into a frame and propping it up on a desk, I wanted to hang this on a wall, so I just took rope and hot glue and literally hot glued rope all the way around the edges. Instead of doing something festive, you could do an inspirational quote and give it as a gift or keep it for yourself because it does turn out so rad. You are going to need your choice of felt, a pencil, scissors, hot glue, some little wood tree trunks you can get from Michael's, and twigs. With your pencil, sketch out a little Christmas tree, and then you're going to cut that out and trace out 4 to 6 more. Once you have all your little Christmas trees cut out, go ahead and grab your hot glue and a twig, and you're gonna glue at the halfway point on each one onto the stick. So I would get one down and then I would fold the next one in half and glue it and stick it right there until it cooled down, and just keep repeating the steps. Words of advice though, if you want a fluffier tree, do more cutouts. 4 kept it kind of dull, honestly. I wish I did more. For the stand of the tree, you're just gonna glue together some of those little cutouts, those wood cutouts from Michael's, and then you're just gonna place a little bit of glue on the end of the tree and stick it on top, and voila. You can repeat this so many times with so many different colors and like make a full forest. I only did a couple. And you don't have to stack the wood chunks. One will hold the tree up perfectly fine. You're going to need your choice of size of stick, and you're going to need about 15 of them, your size of rope that you like for the end, some snips, lights are optional, and not pictured here, you do need hot glue. This should be self-explanatory, but just make a star with your sticks. After you have your first layer down, I actually hot glued all the tips together to secure them, and you're more than welcome to stop here. You do not have to stack more. I went ahead and stacked 2 more layers of sticks on top of it to give it more texture and depth. And in between each layer, I would glue the sticks on top of each other to give it a little bit more security. Now all you gotta do when you are satisfied with how your star is looking, you just wrap that twine around the corner of each star to give it a little bit more rustic feeling, and again, you're gonna make it a little bit more stable. Hang it up on your wall with a piece of twine, or you can add lights to it, and I may make this the topper of my Christmas tree this year. And there you guys have it. There are 4 easy ways to decorate your room for the holidays. Let me know which one you like the most in the comments down below. Also, if you guys are not yet subscribed, do not forget to hit that button. We just hit 15,000 and I was at 13,000 like not even 2 weeks ago. You guys are the best. I'll see you next week.